Hello everyone, happy new moon in Gemini. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live. No one's here right now, of course, because I just started, but cloudy day here today, but it's beautiful. The weather is awesome, and I'm happy to say that. I wanted to start off this new moon in Gemini video by discussing some things with you. So we're gonna talk about those things, and then I'm going to pull cards for everyone and see like what the cards say about the energy. Hello Shayna and Crystal, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very excited. I'm really excited actually. I'm really excited because when I woke up this morning I really liked the energy. Me personally, I thought it was really uplifting and optimistic, and it just felt like, I just felt good, you know, the energy felt really good this morning, which is interesting because lately my dreams have been so deep, weird. I'm dreaming of things that I've never dreamt of before in my entire life. So they've been weird, but then also very healing. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like on the verge of crying. I'll be extremely emotional. And I felt that way too this morning. But then once I was able to kind of like acknowledge that and get through it, I noticed like, wow, the energy's really good today. So all of that healing is, you know, definitely for a reason. Happy Friday. I love Fridays for many different reasons. Well, one is that it's one day closer to dessert day. My dessert days are Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes I, you know, have a little bit something sweet in the middle of the week too, but those are like my main dessert days. But then also Friday, there's very little stuff that I have to do. So I love Fridays. Hi Trishani, thank you for joining me. I'm glad you were able to tune in. I think I've never seen you on my lives before, so I'm excited to have you here. So, all right, y'all. There are some things, yes, I see the laughter. Hey, listen, I take my food very seriously, okay? You can ask anybody. I'm known for that. So, there's some things that I'd like to discuss with you all. And it's very relevant to this new moon and Gemini energy. And it, who knows, maybe it will apply to you. But I feel like it's very important to talk about these things, especially right now. Okay. So I'm listening. My fiance is coming downstairs. I want to make sure he doesn't want anything. No. Okay. Yeah. So with this new moon in Gemini, I want to talk about these things. Okay. So I'm trying to think about where to start. One of the things that I feel like is a theme for this Gemini new moon, besides the upliftment and the positive movement forward that is being ushered in with this energy, whether it be in terms of our career, whether it be in terms of our love life, whether it be in terms of, you know, our passions, whether it be in terms of our creative ventures, this energy is really giving us a nice boost. Okay, it's really giving us that kind of like uplifting and encouraging energy with moving forward. So I really feel like it's going to be ushering in some good stuff. But beyond that, one of the things that I felt earlier on when it comes to this new moon in Gemini, and I posted it on my Instagram a few days ago too, is that this new moon is going to be sort of like a big reveal for some people. And when I say big reveal, it's going to be giving us the energy that we need to be fully authentic in ourselves. Now, as you know, I've talked about this several times before. It's like one of the main things that I talk about in my work is being authentic. And Spirit is always encouraging us to be authentic, our spiritual team and things like that. But there's something about this new moon. I really feel like it's going to be taking us deeper into that authenticity. Okay, so helping us to shine forth from a place of purity, without projections, without manipulation, without fear, without shame. You know, I really feel like this new moon is going to be helping us and pushing us forward to do that, and to really be ourselves without hiding. Okay, so that could be either, maybe you're feeling that today, maybe you felt that a few days before, maybe you'll feel it for like a month after. You know, it really depends on the person. Now, based on that topic, I want to kind of branch off a little bit. And I want to say to you all that it is very important for you all to speak your truth. And for some of you, you know kind of where I'm going with this, why I'm saying what I'm saying, is that this is something that I have been working on for many years. Speaking my truth and saying what it is that I feel from a clear and pure place. And sometimes I've had a hard time with that because honestly, and you probably know what I'm talking about, but when you have gone for so long and you haven't spoken your truth, sometimes it doesn't come out right. It doesn't come out the way you want it to come out. Sometimes it comes with, how can I say this? Not like attachments, but because you haven't communicated your truth in so long, it comes out with this kind of like aggravation. It comes because you haven't been heard for such a long time. So sometimes when you're trying to speak your truth, it's like it almost takes like practice in order for you to be able to do it in a way that is clear and resonates with you. You know, so I've been working on that. And then also sometimes you try to communicate and then there's fear there, and you know, it's just really difficult, you know, and I feel that it's very important for people that are guided to be people of service. You know, I have used the term light worker in the past, but to be honest with you, I'm getting a little tired of using that term because I feel like it's a good word to describe those that have a certain goal, but I also feel like many people have taken the term and they've run away with it and they don't completely get it and they'll just kind of throw the word around and don't actually understand what it means. So, you know, at this point, I like to say people of service. It's very important for people of service to be able to communicate how they feel, to communicate what's important to them. And hi, Monica, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Just getting to the meat of this conversation, talking about communication and people of service. But it's very important for people of service to clearly communicate what it is that they feel. And this is important for many different reasons. But the thing is, what's unfortunate about people that have been in this kind of grouping is that they feel the need to meet a certain standard. They feel the need to communicate in such a way where they're not viewed a certain way. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to communicate, I can't be, what's the word? I have to make sure I'm not harsh. I have to make sure I'm not brash. I have to make sure I'm not aggressive. I have to make sure with the words that I choose them carefully so people don't get offended and this and that. And that's so much to keep in mind. It's a lot on our plate to keep in mind. But it's a problem. It's a problem because it puts us in a position where we're holding ourselves to this standard that's unrealistic. I feel for many people of service that they're given this kind of like this image to meet that's like this Mother Teresa who's all accepting and always kind and always says the right thing. And the thing is, if that's the goal that you have, that's fine. You can have that goal of wanting to be the all accepting, the compassionate. If that is what your heart wants, go for it. But at the same time, we have to be understanding and compassionate with ourselves when we are not there. And we also have to understand that if we are not there, there's nothing wrong with that. We are human beings. We get upset. We get angry. You know, we get bothered by things. How else is anything going to change unless something bothers us? You know, unless something makes us angry, unless it lights our fire. You know, that's the thing. You know, this is what's so important for us to understand is, you know, we can speak from a place of authenticity, and we can do so while also being firm and clear, you know, about what it is that we're trying to communicate. Yeah, no, I understand, Trishani. I'm the same way. I like to isolate myself most of the time and just say to myself, I won't get into it too much, but I'll just say that I understand what you mean. Yeah, but it's really important for us to be able to speak our minds, to speak our hearts, to be real. This isn't, this whole thing, when you take the term light worker and you put it on somebody, it's almost the same thing as calling somebody a Christian or a Jew or a Muslim or whatever. And I'm not saying in terms of the beliefs, I'm talking about the label. So when you attach a label to somebody, like light worker, starseed, or whatever, if people are not in the mindset to be able to say, this label is just a label, it's not all of me, it doesn't define all of me, then sometimes what happens is that people will take that label and they'll put themselves under it, and they'll be like, okay, well, if I'm a light worker or I'm this or I'm that, I can only act in a certain way. I have to be this, I have to be vegan, I can't get angry, I can't get upset, I have to have compassion and understanding for every single person. And that's an issue because it's not real, it's not authentic. Like, if like I said, if that's your goal, you can work towards it, but don't feel the pressure to be in that state right here and right now. You are a human being, you're in a process of evolution. It is not up to you to say, okay, well, this is the label and now I have to stick to it. No. Being a spiritual person, which is another label in and of itself, but it's just about understanding that you are a spiritual being, like you have a spirit, you are a spirit. And that can manifest itself in different ways, right? So we have to be mindful of these labels and what is attached to them and what we feel we are obligated to live up to based on these labels. Okay? So, I feel like there was something else I wanted to share too about that. Maybe it'll come back to me. But just keep in mind that many of the world's leaders in the past, in the present moment, and possibly coming up in the future, maybe it'll be you, have been those that have spoken their truth, even if they were afraid. Even if they were afraid that people were going to criticize them or, say, well, how could you say something like that? You're being judgmental, or you're criticizing, or you don't know what it's... That is part of our... that's just part of the baggage that we take on when we speak our truth. Not everyone is going to be okay with it. Okay? And you don't have to cherry pick every single word that you use. You know what I mean? So one thing I want to clarify too before I get to the reading, because I know I'm talking a lot, is that understand that, like I was saying, when you haven't communicated your truth in a long time, you create buildup in your system. Okay? So if you haven't been speaking your truth, or let's say if you've spoken your truth in the past and you felt like you weren't heard, that builds anger. It builds resentment in you, okay? So that's something that we have to keep in mind that we're working on when we're working on expressing ourselves and speaking our truth, is if we have something to say, be as honest as possible. Be as honest as possible. So it's like, try to think of it as like, okay, what are the baseline words that I could say, in such a way that I'm the most honest that I can be. You can express how you feel. You can say, you know what, I'm angry, or I'm upset, or I feel hurt, I feel betrayed. So that's a good way of expressing yourself too. You're not necessarily jumping on anybody, but you're just saying exactly how you feel. And then from there, start with how you feel, express how you feel, and then from there you can expand upon that. It's hard for me to get an example because it really depends on the situation. But I wanted to clarify that because sometimes when we're communicating from a place of like anger and resentment, sometimes we say things that we don't mean. Okay, so we have to be mindful of that as well. Last point I'm going to make, whether you call it light worker, person of service, earth angel, or whatever, your job is to be you. Your job is to be yourself. It is not your job to take on the emotions of the collective and to be, to transmute all this energy. I'm not saying that you're not doing that. You are, quite frankly, you probably are doing that. But you don't have to see it as a thing where, well, this is my job. This is something that, because I'm a light worker, I have to do this. No. By you being yourself, that is all that is needed. That is all that is needed for the world to heal or to whatever. And as a matter of fact, don't even think about that, okay? Because if you get into the realm of thinking too much about that, it gets to a point where you're not being real anymore, because you're seeing how you can accomplish a goal, which in reality, I'm not going to say it doesn't have anything to do with you, but you can't control everything. The only thing that you can control is yourself, okay? And be mindful of yourself. And okay, so what speaks to me? What is true to my heart? What do I want to do? What brings me joy in this moment? That's the only thing that you can really be mindful of and control, okay? So don't worry about the baggage. Don't worry about transmuting the stuff of the planet and doing this. Don't worry about that. Be yourself. That's all that's required of you, okay? So, end of spiel. All right, so I think I want to get to the cards now. So I kind of liked the format last time. So I think I'm going to stick with the format of 3 different decks. And I chose slightly different cards this time. So now, before I chose the chakra reading cards, I'm going to do that again. So the first card I'm going to pick is coming from the Chakra Reading Cards by Rochelle Sharman. So we're going to see what energy center we need to focus on for this new moon in Gemini. I'm curious to see what comes out. I was also guided to work with the Ascendant Masters Oracle to see what Master is working with us for this time during the energy of the new moon. Hi, Shamina. I'm sorry, I was on such a rant that I forgot to say hi when you came in. And the last deck that I'm going to use, I'm going to pull one from each of those decks. The rest of the cards, I don't think I've ever used this in one of these readings, but I'm going to use the Archangel Metatron deck by Amanda Ellis. And I absolutely love this deck because I love Archangel Metatron. And Amanda Ellis is a wonderful YouTube personality. She does readings on her page, but she also does discussions and things. She mainly works with Archangel Metatron, but she works with other energies as well. All right, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's see. I'm going to take a deep breath. I just got so into it. So if you want, while I'm just taking a breath and centering myself, you can set the intention like to ask a question, or just to set the intention to be open to whatever messages Spirit has for you during this new moon in Gemini. Okay. Which one, Shayna? The Archangel Metatron deck? I think I remember you telling me that you got it, so I love it too. Amazing deck. All right, I think we're ready. Right away I'm seeing the color yellow though, so I'm very curious. So that could be the solar plexus, but we'll see what card comes out of this chakra reading deck. Right away I'm seeing yellow. So yellow having to do with self-esteem, confidence, courage, okay? Speak kind words of yourself. Know that you are worthy of much more than you even think. And know, again, that this is a process of development, okay? So have patience with your process of evolution. I do feel like some of you are working on your sense of self-worth, okay? And your confidence, okay? All right, let's see. Just calling upon Mother, Father God, the creators of all that is, from the highest vibration of love and light. I'm calling upon our spiritual team, our ancestors. Interesting, okay. I'm again making making sure that I'm in the right energy of the card that I want to pull here. As I was shuffling, I had gotten a sense of making sure that we're grounding, okay? So if you can, spend more time in nature, connect to a tree if you can, sit on the grass, but grounding and getting back to the basics, getting back down to the very foundation, like those core things that are really important, you know, self-care and taking care of our physical bodies, you know, that feels important too. Let's see. I'm being guided to actually pull from the middle. Let's see. Are you kidding me? I don't understand. Maybe we're still in the energy. Guys, I shuffled the cards. You see how much I shuffled these cards, right? And I pulled from the middle. We got the same card as last time. That's so weird. Okay, we're gonna go with it. Damn, okay. I wanted something different. Oh boy. All right, so very interesting. All right, give me a second to look into this. I can't believe that. All right, so we're going to go with it. This is the energy, again, of expansion, okay? So even though this is a new moon phase, a new moon cycle, this still says to me that we're still in this period of expansion. But what I'm hearing is that there's some sort of integration happening. So it feels like things are coming together in some sort of way. So what I get the sense of is that if there are any lessons or any information that has come up for you over the past couple of weeks, it's going to start solidifying and coming together during this new moon in Gemini, okay? Still can't believe this card came out again. So it does make me feel that there's this sense of deeper levels of understanding that are coming forward during this new moon. I just feel like this person is really tuning into themselves and getting a deeper or closer look at who they are. If it makes me feel, hi Margaret, thank you for joining in. Just starting, this is the first card, and if you look, amazing, same card. Maybe I'll pull another one, I don't know. Very interesting. This might not be an accident because I see we have the Archangel Metatron deck here and I feel his energy in this card. It feels to me like Archangel Metatron is going to be assisting with opening your crown chakra, okay? So there's some sort of level of spiritual understanding, some sort of level of spiritual evolution that Archangel Metatron is going to be helping us with, okay? I feel, I get this sense of almost like coming out of the closet, you know? It's almost like no more hiding, no more hiding, no more doubting yourself, no more trying to dim your light to please other people. This feels like an energy of you are coming to a deeper level of understanding of who you are, what your capabilities are, what your gifts are. And I feel like with this new moon in Gemini, there's this air of soul searching, you know, so it feels like you're really taking time to connect. Okay. Okay, there's something that I feel like I want to recommend. If any of you have the stone rhodonite, 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 it's a pink and black stone. I feel like that would be helpful. Reason why I'm recommending that is because that stone is very good for helping us to cultivate self-love, but self-love in such a way where we see what talents and abilities and skills that we have, and we accept and love ourselves for those things, okay? So I get that sense. Deepening intuition, okay? So I feel like your intuition might, I know that for the full moon in Scorpio, wow, psychic abilities were kicking. It was amazing. But I just feel like this energy is going to continue. It's going to continue opening us up. So it feels like there's this kind of like continuation on from the previous energy. One thing I'm seeing too is the soul star chakra. All right. Good, Shayna. So if you have it, you should see if you could work with it if it resonates with you. I'm seeing the energy of the soul star chakra, and this kind of reminds me of the post that I made yesterday on Instagram, where I was talking about sharing your wisdom, maybe also learning something new, a new skill. So during this time, you may find out something new about yourself that maybe you're interested in, that you want to learn more about. But I also feel like for some of you, there is some sort of wisdom that you have that you'll be discovering, that you'll be seeing like, wow, you know, I know a lot about this, or, you know, through this journey, I've learned so much. And it feels like that's something that you're going to be honoring more about yourself, is your own inner wisdom. Okay. It's so interesting because while this is the crown chakra and it's connected to higher consciousness, there's such a sense of connection to our physical selves, like our physical reality. So while it's a very spiritual card, you know, what is spirituality beyond just connecting to ourselves, right? And connecting to our own inner world. And I feel like that's what this is about. It's self-discovery. Okay? I feel like should I pull another one? All right, I'm going to pull the top one. Let's see what comes out. Oh, cool. All right. Sacral chakra, creativity. Okay. So cool. Wow. I feel like some of you guys are really going to be noticing an amplification of this kind of creative energy, in that it feels so exciting. It feels exciting. It feels like you're happy about it. It feels like you're really looking forward to putting your skills to use creatively. Okay. It feels to me like your creative juices are going to be flowing in this new moon in Gemini. And it feels like you have some tricks up your sleeve. It feels like you have, if you don't have a lot of ideas now, it feels like you're going to get some. Okay. So for some of you, it could be like, let's say through writing, you may have a vision at first. So pay attention to what you see in your mind's eye first, and then, you know, start carrying it out. But I feel like it could be writing for some. It could be, could even be talking, you know, like putting speeches together or something. Could be drawing. It could be dancing. It could be so many different things for different people. But your inner creator is really going to be amplifying during this time. And you may find that as your inner creator opens up, that your manifestation skills also get kicked up a notch, okay? Because this is a very empowering card. This person is not necessarily, though the energy of this person is not necessarily one that's like creative, but maybe they don't want to put it out there, they're nervous, this is a very empowering card, okay? So this is like embracing your creativity on different levels, okay? Cool. All right, so the next card I'm going to pull is from the Ascendant Masters Oracle. All right, let's see who's working with us. Let's see who's working with us right now. Trying to see. Okay, I'm gonna pull the top card. Okay, so we got the Green Man. Retreat into nature. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I feel like this energy speaks about, like I was saying before, kind of going back to the basics, simplifying things, keeping things very simple, spending lots of time in nature and grounding yourself, okay? I feel like this grounding will help you to maintain clarity also. They're also showing me the word meditation. So if you can find time to meditate, or if you resonate with meditation on any day, please go forward and do that. Okay, or even meditate in nature. I've done that before and it's very nice. I just feel like the earth is going to be such a powerful healing force for us during this new moon period. Okay, and I feel like what I'm sensing from the card, I'm hearing remember that you are one with nature. So remember that you are a part of nature. So if you separate yourself from nature too much, you may very well feel disconnected. You may feel ungrounded, spacey, all over the place, you know? So this energy just tells you to go back to the basics, retreat into nature, spend time with the trees, allowing your thoughts to kind of wander out there. And I just feel the sense of lightness and clarity coming through when you connect to nature. Okay? Mini rant. I just want to say that I feel like grounding is something that we really forget about on this journey and doing this work. We get very into the upper energy centers and connecting to spirit, but once we are able to ground our energy, that really helps to amplify that connection with spirit. So it doesn't dull it at all. It actually makes it stronger when we're grounded. So just keep that in mind, okay? So reconnect with nature. Now, what I'm hearing, looking at this card too, is that there are many ways to do this. You can be out in nature, but you can also buy plants, bring plants into your home. You can have flowers in your home. So this isn't just about being outside. This is about reconnecting with nature in other ways. Looking into natural remedies, using essential oils, working with crystals. It's like reconnecting with the many different ways that nature expresses itself. You know, so it's about be outside. I love it. I've been outside much more, isolating myself at the cemetery and sitting on the grass. But this is also about reconnecting with nature, and even in your own house, working with the fairy realm, you know, again, crystals and plants and things like that. Okay, maybe even eating more vegetables and stuff, vegetables and fruit. Okay, that's pretty cool. Got the green man. Didn't expect that, actually. I did not expect the green man to come out. All right, so now on to the last few cards. We're going to be using Archangel Metatron, and I'm curious to see what's going to come out here. You know, I notice while I'm getting the cards ready, I notice that when I come on here and I start communicating and sharing stuff with you all, that it really just, I try to ground and stuff before I actually start talking on here, but I think I get so excited and just so invested in what I'm doing that I'm just like, I feel kind of like spacey now. Okay. Metatron wants us to know that we are all multifaceted. So there's so many different portions of ourselves and our nature, and so many things that we can explore. You know, so it's like, I feel like Metatron wants to help us to open ourselves up to our multifaceted nature. So maybe, you know, it's easy for us to get focused in on one area, one talent, one ability that we have. But I feel like Metatron's saying that you're so multifaceted. There's so many different things that you can do. There's so much that you have to offer. So explore those different facets of yourself. All right, so I have the 3 cards here. Margaret, yes, I'm very passionate about what I do. Very much so. Okay. First card we have here. Oh my God, Margaret. Look! That's the passion card. I can't even deal. Oh my god, I just can't. That is so funny. Oh my god. That's the card. I can't even. I can't. No accidents. Wow. Wow. Okay. That is amazing. Okay. All right, so the card is number 25, Love for Life. All right, so let me sit with this for a second. Now, when I look at this, one of the things that I'm sensing here is a lot of focus on the heart chakra, okay? So it seems like we have a few things going on this month, but I mean, that makes sense because Gemini, the energy of Gemini tends to direct our energy and our focus in multiple areas. So it kind of makes sense how there seems to be multiple things that we're working on right now. At least two, you know, so Gemini can bring our energy in different directions. So that makes sense. Different energy centers we're working on. Heart chakra seems to be included, but what I am seeing and hearing with this card is that we're going to be rediscovering our love for life, getting back in touch with what brings us joy, what brings us that sense of passion, what brings us that sense of fulfillment. I see that for some of you, it is some sort of movement. So it could be like dance or something like that. Spirit is encouraging you to move your body this month, okay? So there, like I said, it could be dance, but I feel like they want to emphasize the power that dance has. And I know because I am a dancer and I love to dance. And I know that anytime I dance, it really gets me in touch with my heart. It's very clarifying. It cleanses your energy. And it also brings you into a state of connection. So it's almost like a meditation. So if you don't choreograph anything or whatever, and you just allow yourself to flow, it's like a meditation. And by the end, you feel so connected and clear, okay? So rediscovering your passions, I feel like this is all about that. And it goes hand in hand with what Archangel Metatron was saying before about you being multifaceted, and that there's so much within yourself that you can explore, so many different passions. I really feel for some of you too, this might be a new passion. So for some of you, you might be discovering something new that you're actually passionate about. Or maybe something, you know how sometimes we like something catches our attention, but not long enough. We become passionate about it for like a second, and then we forget about it. But this says to me that there may be something that you're passionate about that you didn't know you were so passionate about, or something that you're passionate about but you haven't dug deep into enough yet. Okay, so our passions are going to be igniting in this period, and it's so cool. I can't believe this came out. They're so funny when they do that. All right, so passion, love for life. All right, this is really good. All right, next card is, I feel like this card comes out a lot when I'm working with this deck. The Metatron Rainbow Bridge. The Metatron Rainbow Bridge. Let's see. Always open. All right, so I think this is such a beautiful combination. So let me see something. I feel like this energy is one for helping us to connect to the energy of spirit, but not just like our spiritual team of angels or let's say ascended masters or whatever, our ancestors as well. I feel like this message is an indicator. It wants to help us to remember and know that we always have access to the realms of spirit. I love rainbows too. We always have access to the realms of spirit. And I get the sense as I look at the card too, that there is this sense of a strengthening of connection. So there's going to be some sort of strengthening of connection with this card. Like I'm really focused on the fact that the rainbow goes from here to there, like duh, but it feels like the veil is going to be thin. It feels like something like that. So, you know, it may be something where you start to feel spirit more. You may start to sense their energy more. You may start to sense the energy of your spirit team, your ancestors, your angels more. There's some sort of increased connection that's going to be happening for us. Okay? So, and that's going to be very encouraging. All right. All right, so this is the last card, okay, for our new moon in Gemini. Oh, hi, Kelly. Kelly. I'm doing a spread for the new moon in Gemini, so it's kind of like a collective. But if you message me, then I will definitely do something for you, okay? Okay, interesting. So we have the lilac card. Wow. Okay. Ooh, this is so cool. And the lilac card, let's see, number 54. Higher realms and magic. Higher realms and magic. I have to sit with this for a second. Hold on. There's this sense that during this new moon in Gemini, that we're going to be connecting to some higher planes. I'm getting the sense that it's mainly going to be when we're sleeping. Either when we're sleeping or when we're in deep meditation. But there's this sense of heightened connection to other realms. And what I get the sense of is that you may find yourself, whether you're sleeping or in deep meditation, you may find yourself in another place or another realm. Like I've told Shayna before, that there's this realm that my spirit goes to, and I don't control it. But it's like this realm that has all these flowers, and it has like, sometimes it has like these columns and arches. So it's some sort of astral plane realm something. But anytime I go there, it's so peaceful and I can rejuvenate myself there. So it's a place that my spirit goes to kind of like rejuvenate and get some of its energy back. So it could be something like that. I get the sense that you may be connecting to some higher level planes while you're in your sleep, while you're dreaming, in deep meditation. This card also does tell me that the third eye's energy is going to be increasing. I was going to say a different word, but then increasing came out of my mouth. So we'll go with that. Okay. I also feel like I'm going to pull one more card. So that's what I sense for this. And I don't feel like it's an accident that the Rainbow Bridge and how we talked about the increased connection came out just before this lilac card. I actually think that that was meant to be. And with the Passion card there, and as you know, the more that we connect to our hearts, the more that we connect to our joy, that's what connects us to spirit. I'm going to pull one more card. Do I want to pull from the top? Okay, yeah. I'm going to pull from the top. All right. So we got silver. That's what I like about this deck. She has colors in here. This is a Metatron. Can be considered to be a Metatron thing. Silver, Warrior of Light. And that's the number 30. I'm getting two impressions from this card. Two impressions. One is the sense of victory with the sword. So there may be a sort of kind of like a sense of victory in with this card, but the other impression that I'm getting, and it's kind of stronger than the first one, is that you are going to be recognizing your power this month, during this moon cycle thing, during the new moon in Gemini. It feels like you're going to be recognizing more of your power and using the sword. I feel like represents something. I feel like I want something to lean on. I feel like the sword represents something. I feel like it could represent your communication. It could represent your words. It could represent your wisdom. But you are going to be finding the power within yourself to start utilizing those tools that you have. Okay? So it feels to me that some of you may use these tools to facilitate great change. That's kind of like what I'm getting the sense of. Somebody knocking on the door? Oy. Not for me. Yeah, so you could be using your tools your mastery in different areas to facilitate great change in your life. I also get the sense of connection to the goddess energy, that silver. I don't, that's what I'm getting the sense of. Is this connection to goddess energy that is going to be coming through. So goddess in the sense of your feminine power, your feminine ability, your intuition, of course, and just your ability to give to yourself, to be receptive, and then the nurturing ability that you have with others. Okay? I don't know, it just feels like you might find out something this month, or you may discover something about yourself this month. Like I said, a skill, a talent, or you might just be using more of the tools that you have and seeing the power that you have with these tools. Yes, Jessica, I'm glad that resonates. I'm glad that makes sense. Yeah, so, I mean, that's good stuff. Really, really good stuff. You know what's funny, Crystal? I wasn't even going to wear these earrings. I didn't have them on at first. But then I looked, I'm like, no, I need to get earrings. I need to put some earrings on. So that, I love that. That's so synchronistic. I wasn't even going to wear them. So that's very interesting that you're noticing them. Maybe Spirit told me to wear them for you. All right, let's see here. So these are all the cards. All right, this is good stuff. Passion, spirit connection and communication, and honoring the tools that we have of communication and our wisdom. All right, good stuff, everyone. Very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. There was a card on the bottom. I feel like they're saying they want me to show it to you. And I'll show it to you real quick. Boundaries. Set them daily. Okay? So be mindful of your boundaries. Don't be afraid to set boundaries with your time and energy. That has become an affirmation that I've added to my list of affirmations in the morning. Don't be scared to set boundaries daily. I feel like it's something that you're going to be getting more comfortable with during this new moon, sorry. During this new moon, you might start to get more comfortable with setting boundaries with people. Okay? And seeing the value in being able to say no when people demand too much of you. All right? All right, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this new moon and Gemini chat and card pull. It was really nice being with you all this going on evening, I'm sure. It was nice being able to talk to you, and thank you for listening to my rants and listening to me talk. I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting the next video, because I kind of do them when I feel like it, like when an idea pops up is when I post a video. But I do have a request from someone who does want to see more angel videos. Videos on working with the angels and things like that, which I love making videos on that stuff, so I do not have a problem with that. So maybe that's the next thing that I'll make, next video I'll make. I'm so glad you enjoy them. I'm so glad you enjoy them, Margaret. I enjoy them too. They're fun. As you can see, I get into them. But thank you so much for joining me. Of course, so this will be posted on here, and I'm going to post it on YouTube as well. All right? So I send you all my love and gratitude. Thank you so much. Nice to see you, Jessica. Thank you so much for joining me. But I'll see you all soon. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.